Hi, I'm Sheli Fulcher Koontz. I'm a founding member of the law firm of Hansen St. And if you have a family law case, let's talk about mandatory disclosures. Mandatory disclosures they're not really a new rule, but they were a rule set by the family law courts a while back in response to clients and lawyers not always being really good about exchanging information. So the court came up with a rule, and as I said, it's called mandatory disclosures. Mandatory means it isn't optional. You are required to produce certain financial information to the other side's lawyers or party. So child support can be calculated accurately. If it's a divorce case, so property and debts can be all identified, and then you can from there on decide how you want to divide them. So the big thing with mandatory disclosures, it's not optional. If you fail to comply with doing the mandatory disclosures and producing all these documents within the time frame set by the rule, the court can sanction you, which means you might have to pay some significant monetary fines to the court. You also can be ordered to pay the other side's attorney fees for having to get the court involved to get what they're already entitled to receive under the rule. So how do we do mandatory disclosures as painlessly as possible? Initially with mandatory disclosures, there's a lot of documents you have to compile and give to your attorney or give to the other side to start the process. And it's going to feel like a lot. It's going to feel invasive. But again, the purpose of it is to accurately calculate child support and to be able for everyone to know what all is there to divide and discuss in this divorce case. All right, so what I tell clients is give me the initial amounts, 6 months worth of this, whatever is required by the rule. Your attorney should be sending you out a letter that outlines exactly what they need and exactly when they need it. If you just get them what they need, even though I recognize it's not always fun and it takes time, you save a lot of money because they'll get it produced on time, nobody's filing motions, the court isn't getting involved, and the retainer funds that you are paying for your case get used a lot more efficiently. But again, the penalties for not complying are pretty steep, so it makes sense to comply on time. Once you've done that, you're under a continuing duty to keep that information current. So if your case is going to take several months to complete, you've got to get your attorney updated documents every month. Whether that means uploading something to a website that your attorney asks for, bringing them in, or whatever. If you just make it part of a monthly routine that you download your bank statement, you get your mortgage statement, you get your credit card statement, and you just bring it in, it's not going to feel so invasive and like such a big amount of time. Mandatory disclosures are a very useful tool. It levels the playing field and makes sure that everybody knows what there is to discuss and deal with in a case. You owe it to yourself to just do them, even though you may not like them. It's a rule. And again, they're mandatory. It isn't optional. So do yourself a favor, save yourself some money, and just get on board, and we will help you with that.